There you go. So we're looking at our numbers, guys. Every 90 days or so, who viewed your profile? This is an aggregated number of who viewed your profile over the last 90 days. Ideally, if you're doing something right and you're active on the platform, it's typically going to be over 1,000 people. So this is going to help everyone else as you start to look at your profile numbers. Post view. Sonia, did you just post something recently, like in the past hour or so?
Maybe 2 days ago.
Okay. So there, I don't know what it is. Clearly, I'm not seeing the post, but there's something that the algorithm's not sharing your post with others. So over the past 2 days, you have one, well, you know, we have one person who viewed it. You have, let me see how many, scroll down a little bit. I want to see how many people you have. Scroll down a tiny. So you don't have a lot of people, by the way, 759 followers / people you're connected to. That's not a lot of people, but you should definitely have more than one profile view. And then let's, not profile, one post view. What's that next number? You can scroll up a tiny bit. Then 51, we already know and you probably already know this, your page is not optimized, your profile is not optimized. Ideally that number, and that this is over a 7-day period of time, the search appearances. We'll go through the list. I'm gonna have another person click onto there to show me something, but for now, this means you're not being found on LinkedIn, which of course is so much opportunity. That's, you know, tens of thousands of dollars per week, you know, is equal to one person finding you pretty much. So your profile is not optimized for them to find you for particular things, but there's something else off why that number is not higher. So let's kind of, just so you understand that right away. So I'm going to go through some of the elements that we discussed on Tuesday, so you can have a better understanding of what's not happening for you. Do you remember your number? How many elements did you need to work on, Sonia?
I think I put down 3.
All right. So you said most of them are the ones that you already have, you're good to go on?
Yes.
All right, which one, let me double check those ones. Which ones are you confident that you have all together?
Well, I wrote down that I needed to work on number 6. How are we grabbing attention, getting attention above the herd, captivating the interest and stimulating conversation? I need to work on that one.
So let's do number 3 then. Your LinkedIn profile must clearly communicate your value, okay?
Okay.
If you could scroll down a little bit, let's see that about section. Oh, sorry, yeah, there we go. So do you see, and if others in the chat, comment in the chat, guys, do you understand her value based on the about section? Do you understand why her work matters to you? If you can just comment in the chat, yes or no, you're clear on her value, or no, you don't understand her value.
Yeah, this needs to be worked on because it is not clear.
Yeah. Yeah, because we know you're great at what you do, right? You have decades of experience, but right. A lot of other people do. You know, and I can't remember when I realized this whole phenomena of all of these brilliant kids who go to Harvard. They were the tops of the tops of the tops in their high school, and everyone's like, oh my God, they're so smart. And then they go to Harvard, and guess what? They're just another smart kid, right? So that kind of relates to number 3, and then also number, and I don't know if you had number 5, but how are you going to differentiate yourself? Because there's a lot that you have an amazing experience, experienced CEO, but how can you differentiate yourself on the platform? So you have to think about those things. We don't have, so I can't dig into everything right now, but just was that helpful a little bit for you?
Yes. So am I putting that in the about section, how I differentiate myself?
Yeah, but you're not going to say it that way, but you're just, everything you put out there on LinkedIn is an attempt to differentiate yourself.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Because if you're not clear on how to do that, then your potential clients are not clear either. So they may even hire you, but then you're expecting, or you deserve 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 more than they're finding in their budget, right? I did quote fingers All right, so if you can go ahead and unshare, we'll get to the next person. Next person on the stage, we have Cheryl Williams. I think this could be my part-time job, guys. I mean, I don't know if you guys agree, but I could be an announcer for my part-time job. But I'm gonna keep this one just in case. All right, Cheryl. So let's go ahead and share your screen. I see me. Good, we had 55% of the people attend all sessions. Fabulous. Yeah, if you go directly to your LinkedIn, it's weird.
Okay.
Stereo.
You see it?
Yep, love the backdrop. Love your glasses. I think we spoke, right, about your.
Yes, yes, we did.
All right, so we need to pull your picture out a little bit more. You're zoomed in way too close.
Yeah.
All right, let's scroll down to the your dashboard. All right, so post views, not that bad at all, right? Not that bad at all. But there's something that's going on with the content that you're putting out there that people they're not finding a reason to go to your profile. So if we remember, this is number one. Your LinkedIn profile must pull ideal prospects from other parts of the ecosystem. So you're getting views, obviously there's a work to do. You're getting views on your posts, but they're not coming back to your profile. Obviously too, your appearances needs to be a lot higher that we discussed before. So your profile is not optimized at all. Let's see your about section. If you can do see more.
See more.
Yeah, just if you click that button so I can open it up a little bit. Oh, no.
Oh,
Yeah, your about section. Mm-hmm. You're a copywriter. Have fun with it. You know what I mean?
I missed part of what you said.
I said, you're a copywriter. Have fun with it.
Okay.
It feels like you're trying to smush yourself in a box just because it's LinkedIn. Is that the case?
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
Well, tell me what the case. I don't know. Tell me what or maybe you just didn't have time to put together your about section.
Well, I haven't worked on it in a long while.
Got it.
Got
it.
Not even since we started this class, but I have been thinking about it. I mean, I guess I feel like it's I know that I'm not clear on my about section, and I feel it's a little bit complicated to join what I do as a copywriter to who I want to be writing for. I mean, in a certain kind of way, I know I don't want to be writing for everybody.
Of course, I
only want to be writing for people that I like what they do.
I'm the same way. You have to be passionate about and believe in what they're doing in order to get, you don't have to be, but to give them a great piece of product, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we already know that you need to work. I don't necessarily need to go down the list. We already know that you need to work on a few different things. The biggest clarity piece I would say is you are a copywriter. You're great at what you do because you have over 30 years of experience in this whole nonprofit sector. But what's going to push you out there beyond to get heard above the noise with all the other copywriters? You do have it. You just have to be able to identify it. That's your big thing to think about. All right. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Coming to the stage, we have Dana Bagno.
Hi. Okay, give me one.
Dana has a fabulous event coming up, guys, a fabulous workshop. So, all right, go ahead and share your screen.
Okay.
I'm going to the poll now for all those who wanted to know about the poll. All sessions, we have 57% of the people and 24% attended day 2, which is really, to me, one of the best clarity days to attend. Because you never really know what you have to work on until it's put out in front of you step by step. And instead of, a lot of us are high achievers in this room. Instead of us having to think we have to do everything at once, work on maybe one piece a week, the next piece the next week. If it takes you 6 weeks, it takes you 6 weeks. Or you can reach out to me and it'll take you 14 days. but it's up to you. If it takes you the time, take the time, but definitely get it done because there's so much money on the table right now. This is a time that corporations, that organizations are making a decision on when they're bringing people in. They're spending the rest of their money, because for those of my fellow corporate types, if they don't spend the money that was given to them for 2021, around this time, if they go back and ask for something higher, they're gonna say, it makes sense, right? You didn't spend the money we gave you, why would we give you more? So
Sorry, hold on.
no worries. So right now they're trying to literally get rid of their money. Like, I'm not kidding, guys. I'm not kidding. I remember it was probably around November last year, a consultant firm, not one of the large like Ernst & Young, but they were in the accounting space. Someone reached out to me. They wanted me to do a training for their client-facing CPAs, because we already know, if I have any accountants in the room, you love what you do, you're great at what you do, but sometimes that client-facing piece is a little bit harder for you. So I said, okay, what would you like me to focus on? And she said, oh, networking. So I'm like, okay, you're gonna pay me X amount of money and I know it shouldn't be all, but I'm like, do you want more? She was like, no, networking is good. So combination of, clearly they didn't really know how to network on the platform, but the level of money for my 60-minute presentation was a lot. I mean, obviously my fees are a certain level too, but I could say almost that they're putting this training that they're in charge of for the year. If they don't spend their training budget, it will be lower next year. All right, Dana, we're ready for you. I did my little spiel on why you guys need to get this together. So let's see yours. Oh, okay, it's working on it. Do you want to stop the share and try again?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, Carla had to run out too, so we're gonna have one other person who can get. Karen Jackson is going to be up too, if you're ready, Karen. All right, Dana, so we can already see, can you open it up a tiny bit more?
Yes.
We can already see that, from the others, like I said, this is always a good exercise for everyone to watch, because you can get the feedback from the others. So Dana is a holistic mindfulness coach. And she's a speaker. We're going to take that in mind as we start to look at everything. So if we can go down. By the way, X that thing out. Let's improve equal access to opportunity. I don't trust LinkedIn when they're doing that, unless you want to answer it. They're asking you about race, but if you want to answer it, but I X'd mine out. But anyway,
Okay.
Your private dashboard, if we are looking at it, so tell me, when's the last time you posted? A while ago, no big deal.
Well, so this is where cleanup needs to take place. So I have a post that I have been posting, regrettably to say, since January. It's the same post that continues to populate, and I forgot my password to where you could post a whole bunch of stuff and then it places it onto your different platforms.
Like Hootsuite, one of those Buffer or Hootsuite.
Yeah. And so unfortunately it's posting the same post, but people are responding to it and they're liking it, but it's not helping me.
Right. And you don't want to come up spammy, because if you have a potential client who goes down the line, they're liking it because, they're liking it. But if you have a potential client and so it's the same exact post you said?
Pretty much, yes. There's a couple of times when I have done different posts, but yes.
Okay. You can always go back in now and delete all the repetitive stuff, but no big deal. So yeah, I was just saying that you're not getting a lot of views on that. I don't know when the last time you posted it. But let me just see how many people you have in your audience, how many connections you have. If you can go up, oh, there it is. Oh, so 1330, not bad at all. But it doesn't seem that, and we don't even know if they're all active, right? So we don't really necessarily know if they're the ones paying attention to it. But if you can go up a little bit back to the dashboard. the same thing I said to Cheryl or Sonia is that there's something either about your, and if you're not active on the platform, that's understandable. There's
Right.
something about whether, if you have a strategy, your engagement, your post or anything else, it's not pulling people to come to your profile. So when I kind of work with my clients, when we think about the profile, and we could have the most amazing profile in the world, however, if no one is going to your profile, what's the point? So your LinkedIn profile has two specific jobs. It's to allow the algorithm to send people, that's your 12 appearances. It's allowing the algorithm to say, oh, is this what you want? All right, you need to go and visit Dana. I'm going to direct you directly to Dana. That's job number one. Number two is once people do come to your profile, now they have identified you as someone who is credible, someone who's relevant, and with the increased visibility, someone who is important to them. Because if they find you first and they're not necessarily, they're just looking for you. Think about when you search in Google, you will not go into the second page. You may not even go down half the page. So if they find you among, say, you and 3 other people, all you are, if there's an opportunity, you're really just competing, quote unquote, competing against 3 other people, right?
Mhm.
What is the okay number to have? Let's do search appearances. That comes to life every 7 days. It refreshes itself on Wednesdays. 500 is ideal. 300, I'll get excited for you, and then we know we have stuff to do, but 500 is ideal. Post views, I mean, let's try to get 800 to 1,000. If you're just starting, maybe 300, right? If you don't have a strategy and you're just starting, maybe 300, but 800, 1,000, I've gotten to 4,000 views on one post. It depends on your audience and how interested they are in what you're putting out there. Views on your profile, at least 1,000. This is a 90-day period. You should have at least 1,000. So I hope that was helpful, Dana.
Immensely.
Fabulous.
So it would be a matter of reintroducing myself to LinkedIn then?
It would be a matter of probably having a strategy. There's no such thing as reintroducing yourself. You're already there, right?
Right.
But it's now the people who are finding you, they're finding you for what you're presenting right now. So no,
Okay.
it's not a reintroduction. It's just, let's get something put together that's going to make sure that when they find you, because some are finding you. The good thing is not a lot of people are finding you, but the ones who are, there's possible opportunities lost. As an example, let's do, press that number 40 in your dashboard. By the way, Karen, you are up next. I don't think Carla is here anymore. So you have, we already know Kia is from the Academy. John is from the Academy too. But and I think I told you guys that situation with someone who reached out to me and she was perfect for this contract. But she didn't have her info together on LinkedIn. She had not updated it. And what people tend to do is they will reach out to me after the fact. So instead of being proactive, if you know that you have a funding, like a RFP coming up, if you know that you're looking for funding, a grant, if you know that you're going even for a government contract, at least make sure your profile looks great. So when someone vets you, it meets, you have an upper edge against the competition. Doesn't mean your LinkedIn profile is what they're going to judge everything on. But just like when I mentioned, all these smart kids who end up on Harvard, because all of them are smart in in high school, what's going to differentiate you when you have all of these people who have the same qualifications and the same look and feel? So that's something to think about.
Okay.
All right, hopefully that's helpful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm going to reach out to you about, I know you're doing that workshop. There are some big opportunities. I'll have either Glow or Evie reach out to you if there's some big opportunities if you're not using LinkedIn for the workshops you're looking to do.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Karen, let's get ready to rumble.
Good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning. See, you're coming with the energy. I love that. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna take one more person, guys, and then if you can go ahead and share your screen. I think Kiana was afterwards. So if you're still here, sorry, Natalia, Nathalia. So if you're here, Nathalia.
Can you see my screen?
I can. Okay, fabulous. All right, the first thing I'm going to tell you to take off, because it is watering down your brand, and there's a lot of people I saw with this, open to work.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not necessarily drawing anyone in, because there's a lot of people who have open to work. So let's go from chasing to choosing.
I like that.
Yeah, if you can increase that, go to your upper right-hand corner or left and increase your box so I can see it a little bit more.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Okay.
All right, let's scroll down a little bit. What are your goals for LinkedIn so we get a better understanding too? So are you job hunting or project hunting?
Well, honestly, when I initially created my profile, I was job hunting.
Okay.
Now I have a position. I'm still open to maybe another position, but I am trying to increase my consulting business, so my project opportunities.
Okay, so you're eventually looking to leave your full-time position so you can make this as a consultant firm. You want to grow that, correct?
Correct.
All right. What's your game plan? I talked about my escape plan. I had a 6 months. When do you think you want to leave this position?
I would say within the next year.
All right. So August 2022?
Yes, or before. But that's my deadline.
Yeah, and name a date. I would encourage you to name a date, focus on it, do the work that's going to get you to that date. Because if you don't have a date and you're like, oh, maybe this then, there's nothing
Okay.
to work towards. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If you can scroll down a little bit to your private dashboard.
Okay.
But this right now, the setup on your profile is for opportunities that can grow your consultant business, correct?
Correct.
All right, fabulous. All right, scroll down a little bit. Same situation, so you already know what's going on. Do you want to walk me a little bit through what's going on? So at least I learned too when I can reiterate what someone has told me. So based on what everyone else told, what I told everyone else, Karen, what do you see right now that's probably going on with your profile?
It's probably not optimized as much as it could be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not doing regular posting, so I know that is something I need to work on, is to do more posting, which would increase my post views.
Mm-hmm. So post views don't necessarily come from doing several posts a day. It comes from the quality of your post and of course the audience you're a part of. So
Okay.
if you post, making this up completely, if you post about here's how to get your next $500,000 government contract, and all you have in your audience are people who sell, high school kids, not going to happen really, but do you see how that message won't even matter to them?
Correct.
Yeah. So your post views will start to go up if you're sharing something relevant to the current audience you have. You get to either change your post views or you get to change your audience. You get to decide what matters to you, but you have to do an assessment of all of that stuff to decide, is it my post or is it my audience why I'm not getting higher numbers?
Okay.
And then 31 views to your profile, same thing. I'll do a quick run through of what we need to kind of focus on. So 31 views in your profile. We don't have, and how often do you post, by the way? Once a week? Have you posted in the past 3 days?
No, I have not. That's really why I'm here as a part of this, is to create a strategy so that I could start implementing
No
a
worries.
more regular.
All right, fabulous. All right, so let's kind of go through it. It's clear that you don't have, and you know this already, but we're going to run it through for every single person who afterwards they can take a look at their numbers. Because who viewed your profile is low, and let's even give you 500 guys. 1,000 I say is a great place to say that you will start to get consistent inquiries if you have more people viewing your profile. So the first thing that's not really happening is you do not have a mechanism, you do not have a way to pull your ideal prospective clients. And everyone can view your profile, right? But the prospective clients are going to be the one that's going to reach out and inquire with you. When you think about if you were on here yesterday and you think about Kim and you think about Betsaida, their profile set up so people can, whether they find them through Google or they find them through their content, they're magnetized to go back to their profile for whatever reason. So that's going to be the first thing that we need to think about for yours. And then you probably already know this, I'm guessing at this, but if you haven't intentionally done anything, then your profile does not establish your credibility and your authority, and it doesn't build trust for you. That's really by the number of inquiries you get weekly, and you would have told me if you were getting them, a lot of them, right? So
Correct.
let's look at your about section.
Okay.
So Karen, you weren't listening to me. You did the third, no big deal. I'm messing with you, by the way. We read that broke rule number, where is it? The third person, that's number 4. But yeah, don't treat it like treat it like, in the first person, you're humanizing your brand. So anyway, I hope this gives you enough to kind of chew on and understand the work that you need to do. Do not have pressure on yourself that everything needs to happen right now. But you kind of have an understanding of what to work on, right?
Yes.
All right, fabulous. Thanks for allowing us to do this. All right.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Is Nathalia in the room? Do we have Nathalia in the room?
Yes, I'm in the room. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon.
Hello, Nathalia. Let's get ready to rumble.
Hi.
Your profile.
Yes, so let me share my screen.
All right.
Oh, by the way, I'm from Brazil, so maybe you're going to see my profile in both languages. So
oh, fabulous. Now, where are you? Oh, you're from Brazil. Okay, so do you serve any U.S. customers at all?
Not yet.
Okay.
So basically, I have people from Brazil that used to live in U.S. coming to, work with me. So
tell me a little bit about that when you say people coming to work with you.
Oh, yeah. Recently, some people found me and they don't live here in Brazil, so they live abroad. And, they are finding my work. And sometimes people come from Portugal or, I don't know, another country that speaks Portuguese. And sometimes people who live abroad, but they are from Brazil or,
Fabulous.
And they're finding me finally.
They reach out. Fabulous. All right, so let's scroll up.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go to the private dashboard. Okay, here we go. Do me a favor. So give me 1 second, Natalia. If anyone in their search appearances, if anyone has over 200, share in the chat because I want to demonstrate something to everyone else for someone who does. Okay. All right. So let's go through your numbers. We have 128 people who viewed your profile. Not bad. Obviously, like I mentioned, you want to get to at least, I'm going to even give you guys more leeway, 800 people. This is over a 90-day period. So you should hope that at least 5 people are viewing your profile daily, right? Because if they're not, then it's like, what's the point, right? So we have to start to think about that. So how often when's the last time you shared a post was an article?
No, actually was a poll that I shared, but I used to post on LinkedIn 3 times a week, sometimes, maybe twice.
When's the last time you posted?
2 days ago.
Okay, yeah. so I don't think there's enough views. The algorithm didn't pick up on the numbers because they're going back to the last article you did.
Yeah,
So,
probably.
all right, so obviously we have work to do. How many inquiries are you getting a week? You're getting inquiries though, right?
Yeah, actually, I'm kind of newbie to LinkedIn, so I've been trying to, understand how the platform works. And recently, I have something that I call a viral post. So more than 50 people shared my content. So I am really happy that happened because, maybe from the past 6 months and anything like that happened. So I don't know exactly how everything is working here.
So you probably didn't have, because if you had a viral post, there's 128 people who viewed your profile. Click on that number for a second, because you should at least have at least a 300+% increase in profile views if you had. See, something's wrong because you have -37.
Yeah.
So
I'm not understanding everything. So
you see the correlation that if you had a viral post, that means, but it got a viral post, but no one thought it was, no one had that intrigue to want to go and see who this person was. They never went to your profile.
Yeah.
So yeah, and you guys already know from Instagram playing, right? Virality is fabulous and fun, but if it's not turning into dollars, and I'd rather have a post with 20 likes and 10 people come to me to reach out.
Yeah.
So yeah, but congrats on the viral when you're like, I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but it's working.
Yeah. All right, so good to go. So you already know that there's some work that needs to be done. Let's see your about section really quickly.
Yeah. Just a minute.
So yeah, there's some work that needs to be done, right? You know that.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, guys. So who are my people? Who has over, all right, Cheryl, not post views. So how many search appearances? Whoever has over 200, I'll let Glow or Evie pick whoever has over 200 search appearances. We're gonna go and show you something really quickly on your profile. If you can unshare, Nathalia, thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Who is the next person ready to rumble? All right, Seydou, let us pick you.
Hello.
Hi, Seydou, how's it going?
All right, it's good. Hi, Deborah.
Hi there. Go ahead and share your screen and we're going to take a look at your number.
Picking on me. Okay.
Well, nothing better than that, right?
Yes. All right. So where we at? Safari. And there.
This is going to be good for all of you guys to see. It's going to be actually really, really cool. Do you have premium? No, your search appearance. Okay, sorry, Seydou. We'll do yours really quickly, but then, so guys, if anyone has over 200 in their search appearances, bring it to the table. All right, so we know for Seydou, and let's just click yours really quickly. I'm going to show them really something really quickly. We may not even have someone who has over 200. Go to that number in your private dashboard, Seydou, and then tap that number 45. So this number will tell you specifically who is looking you up, what they do, and then how they found you in the search appearances. So if you can scroll, and if you guys can see on the top, right, September 7th to September 14th, it calculated that number from those 2 dates. The number of times your profile appeared in search results between these 2 dates. So let's scroll all the way down, Seydou, to see what they searched to find. Okay, we don't have enough data. Yeah, that's why I was saying So we can bring you on, Ariane. If we don't have enough data for the algorithm, it can't give us a full read, but I do want to show you that amazing trick for you guys. All right, let's go back to your, if you can press that back button to go to your profile, we'll take a look really quickly. We'll be doing this anyway, they do, but we'll do it really quickly.
Yes.
All right, so the first thing that we're trying to figure out, let me see your about section for a second. Scroll a little bit further down. Do you not have an, okay, there it is. I was about to say. Okay. So clearly, when we think about the about section, I almost feel like I'm just reading a lot of different words. We're going to, we're going to work together on that and create a narrative based on what's going on. So, and the interesting thing, you have a lot of keywords in there, but I just don't think that they're placed the right way because they're not necessarily coming up for search appearances anyway.
Right.
So the big thing, obviously, we want to make sure your profile, it establishes your credibility. Obviously, visibility is going to be a big thing too, which is a search engine. But the big thing, especially for what you do, it establishes credibility and relevancy. Another big thing where we can see that not a lot of people, you have a good amount of people who visited your profile, but clearly not enough, right?
Yes.
So it's really making sure that, and even if they came to your profile, you have about 3 seconds for when someone comes to your profile to keep their attention and keep them on there. If not, the algorithm does not count that even as a view. So even if they took a quick look and they came back off because nothing was relevant to them, then that's when we know that needs to be worked on. So there's a few things we'll work together, but just going down the list, you can kind of see all the different things that are not necessarily in place right now that we'll be working through together on.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So last person, we're going to do one more person. And then, but someone, like I said, who has over 200 or.
So the next person is going to be Arian, but Deborah Northcutt has a question.
Sure.
How do you improve the keywords that you are being found for?
You have to know, well, first of all, you have to know what keywords you want to be found for. So everything comes back to clarity. So you have to know what keywords you want to be found for, and then you just add them throughout your profile. And it's a bigger, obviously, it's a lot more than that, guys. It's about an hour versus a training of that, just keywords alone. But the big picture is you have to have the clarity on what keywords that you want, and then you're putting it in your profile. Long story short.
Ariane is up now.
All right, fabulous. Let's get ready to rumble. So we're gonna do that last part, guys, so we can see what this actually means. All right, loving the banner already, has a lot of flavor and a lot of color. Love that. All right, so let's kind of go down. So you have 187. Let's see if that works. So you already know based on the other things too, that you need to work on the views and everything else. How often do you post, Ariane? So here, this is the magic, guys. So let's go down it because this gets exciting for me. So first we're going to go from the top. And I know a tiny bit about Ariane's business. So I can say where your searches work. I would imagine the Michigan Minority Supplier Development Council is a good one for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then even the university.
Correct.
So that's a good thing, guys. So people from these organizations over the past week, they have found Ariane's profile. So let's scroll down a little bit. Now we have to figure out, okay, we know who they are, but what did they do? They're executive directors. Someone's a corporate board member. So as an example, if Ariane's like, she wants to get on a board as a Black woman, then there's potential there, right? If they read her profile and it spoke to whoever they actually want to join this board, then there's a potential that there could be a relationship there. So that makes sense. All right, the keywords that they use to find you. Is your background in engineering?
Yes, it is.
All right. So there's somewhere on your profile that's taking up a lot more of that space, unless you actually want to go into companies that can help on that end, right? So quality engineering is what they found. Co-owner, we're going to count, that's a weak, very general keyword. But these are kind of good. Controller, chief financial, congratulations, chief financial officer. Really, really, really good. So now you guys get it, how much potential there is when you get this right. And that's why I said your profile, I'm even being conservative, your profile is 70% of the equation, why someone's gonna reach out, why someone's even gonna take a meeting with you, why someone's gonna send an inquiry, all of that good stuff. Why media even, there may be someone on the page looking for a story about something specific, why they would reach out, why organizer for a conference who has a $20,000 budget, why they would reach out. Typically, if they have a $20,000 budget, though, they're reaching with someone who they already have a relationship with. But your goal is to create relationships. All right, guys, thanks so much, Ariane.
Thank you.
All right, so same here, Deborah, for me, I wasn't sure that part. So in your about section, I need to work on my keywords. You need to work on a lot of different things, Deborah. Yes, my keyword search doesn't include what I want. How do you improve the keywords that you're being found for? We got that. All right, guys, any last minute questions? We have, like I mentioned, for those who came in late, we have our bonus session. We had a lot of people reach out and they wanted to know, they wanted to get an understanding of that leads piece. So tomorrow I'm gonna be going over, this is 3 p.m. Eastern. What I'm gonna do, and do me a favor, if you are in the Facebook community, make sure you're checking your inboxes to communicate with Glow and Evia. We want to make sure that you guys are communicating with them for things that you may need. So like I said, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, I will most likely, for those who are already on the Zoom subscription link, I will put them into that new class. But if you're interested in attending the bonus class where we're going to go over just 3 main things you need to focus on to improve your lead generation and not focus on things that no longer work. So even if you're using groups right now, yeah, maybe that's going to help you a little bit, but that's not going to be a main focus unless you want to spend all your days and nights on LinkedIn. So just the different things that, you know, focus less on and really just focus on the things that's going to start to bring you leads over the next 90 days, okay? You guys have any questions at all? Don't forget the Academy is open until next Wednesday when we start onboarding. Over the next 2 weeks, you'll have your one-on-one call with me. You'll have your onboarding session with everyone else coming in. You'll get to meet all the other Academy members. And then we're gonna start you on the 6-week accelerator program. So for those of you coming in now, you get an extra bonus class. In addition to the Tuesdays and Thursday classes, you're going to be meeting with me privately where we're going over your messaging, your positioning, a specific strategy to make sure you're fully caught up. So then when you go into our main sessions on Tuesdays, you have complete clarity. If you watched yesterday and you saw Kim and you saw Betsaida, they had to reach a level of clarity before all of this stuff started to open up for them. So that's what we're gonna do inside the Academy in the first 6 weeks. Reach out to Glow, reach out to me, reach out to any of us, and we can kind of get you situated. But you can always set up a call with me too, so send me a DM, okay? All right, guys, I will see some of you guys tomorrow. And if you have any questions whatsoever, just send a DM. Chat soon, okay?